Hey, everybody. I am Kevin Iole. Welcome to Yahoo Sports. Love talking to all these great young fighters. And I got another one with me today. Vergil Ortiz Jr. finally back in the ring. We are going to see him August 6th on DAZN, taking on Michael McKinson. I guess, Vergil, welcome. My first question for you is, what took you so long?
I know, right? It's been far too long. It's been almost a year. But, hey, we're ready. We're ready.
It's been kind of a crazy time. It looked like for a while you were going to fight David Avanesian. Now you're back. McKinson was in the picture before. Can you fill me in on sort of what's been going on and how that's impacted you as you've gotten ready for this fight?
Yeah, so I was going to fight McKinson back in March, and I came down with the illness called rhabdomyolysis, and I couldn't fight. So McKinson got to fight. He fought another Golden Boy fighter. And then I was supposed to fight Avanesian, and I believe the contract was agreed on. And when Golden Boy or my manager or whoever sent it to them, they never sent it back. And we waited for more than a couple of weeks for them to send it back, and we didn't hear anything, so we had to move on from that. And then we went to McKinson again. He said send the same contract. It was really easy. So here we are now.
I don't want to take away from the McKinson fight, but just one more question about Avanesian. I mean, that seemed like it would have been a fun fight, like two guys that can punch, two guys that like to trade, whereas Michael, I think he's 22-0 with 2 knockouts, right? So he's a guy that's not necessarily looking to hurt you. Any disappointment that you don't get that kind of slugfest that you might have gotten with Avanesian?
There is a little bit, because fights like that genuinely excite me. But I'm not taking McKinson lightly either. This is gonna be a test fight. It's gonna be very tactical. So I look forward to those too. I like playing chess too.
Right.
So
I want to talk to you about your diagnosis of rhabdomyolysis. I know that, essentially that comes from working too hard sometimes, right? Did you have any sense of, hey, I have to change up what I'm doing based on this diagnosis that I got?
I mean, so after the doctor told me to rest for 3 weeks, he said I couldn't do anything, and I was like, all right. I mean, I just stay home like in my room as it is, so that was kind of easy. So after I rested, I usually do strength and conditioning for maybe like a month or two before I actually go into camp, and I really go at it, go like 100%. So this time I didn't go, just because I really wanted to see how my body was going to feel during camp, and it felt great. I'm probably going to start conditioning again, maybe a little not so heavy, but I'm still going to do it just to keep my body in shape. And yeah, we're going to go from there.
Do you feel like the time away has hurt you at all? Like, the welterweight division has a lot of really good young fighters, and you're right up near the top, of course. You got Spencer Crawford, and then, a bunch of young, really hungry guys, yourself, Jaron Ennis, Connor Ben, some other fighters there. Do you feel like out of sight, out of mind? Does that concern you at all that, that you may have lost a little bit of your standing, your place by being away for a year?
I would say I lost time. I definitely lost a year. That's a year that I can't get back, and it really sucks that I lost that time. The only thing I can do is keep a positive mindset. Everything happens for a reason, and just do the best with what I got.
The late trainer Emmanuel Stewart used to always say, sometimes people would say this fight's a mismatch or that fight's a mismatch, but he would point out the fact that, hey, this guy's fought a lot of undefeated fighters. Well, you're fighting a guy who's undefeated, right? He doesn't know what it is to lose. And even if a lot of, the odds are favoring you and everything, do you feel like that makes him more dangerous because, he's used to winning and he kind of knows what it takes to win? Do you feel like that makes Michael more dangerous to you?
Yeah, I believe so, because there's like a sense of pride. Like, they don't want to lose. They don't want to lose their undefeated record, and they have everything on the line. With some people say it doesn't really matter, but in a way it does mentally, and it just even like in the business side of boxing, the O just looks better than any other number. It really does help you. So he's not going to want to lose that, and I don't want to lose it. So just saying that, it's gonna get competitive in it.
There's not a lot of fighters that have the record that you have, 100% knockout ratio. I think of the world champions, only Artur Beterbiev has that. You got Turan Ennis that has that. You have that. Do you think, is that something that in this modern generation, you guys are going for, it's kind of like in baseball, guys are going for home runs. Are you guys going for knockouts? Is that something you consciously are aware of and try to do?
It's I don't necessarily go for the knockout, but I do like to be in entertaining fights. And if I see the opportunity, I'm gonna take it. That's what the people want to see.
Right. Especially got the hometown crowd there. Like they know you better than anybody. And they know, hey, Vergil can crack. They want to see you do something, right? Does that give you a little bit, make you juiced up a little bit more when you get in there fighting in front of
it does sometimes. I try not to let the crowd influence me, but they always do. They really do. So I just try to keep it at a minimum, keep my emotions in check.
Let's wrap it up, Vergil, with this. How do you expect the fight to go? I know he's a southpaw. Sometimes southpaws can be tricky, especially if you don't have a lot of experience against them. How do you see it going, and how do you win this fight?
I think it's going to be slow at times. I really do think it's going to be slow. But when eventually you're going to have to fight, and I think when those times come, that's when things are going to start going downhill.
Downhill for him, not for you. Okay, good enough. You think you keep the streak alive? Is it going to be 19-0 with 19?
I mean, that's always the goal. I'm just, like I said, I'm not going to look for it. I'm just going to take the fight as it goes. And if I see an opportunity, I'm going to take it.
Awesome. That's Vergil Ortiz. You can see him fight on DAZN August 6th against Michael McKinson in Fort Worth, Texas. Vergil, all the best to you. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.